Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Banner Saga. Alright, we can head up to the mead house called the Nobleman, where there is surely going to be another battle. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door? They ran to a mead house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. All right. Let the battle begin. So we've got four of our own guys versus 7 of theirs. I don't really like these odds. Let's go ahead and turn on the stats flags thingies. Unfortunately, our Warhawk only has 7 armor. Our Shieldbanger has 11. Eric has 9, and Valgard has 12. That's pretty good. Got a bunch of 5/8s and 6/6s. Alright, so not going to have quite as easy a time. Gunnulf here is definitely the one who will be able to, let's see, with a 15... Yeah, he can definitely take some of these guys out in one shot. Actually, looks like he can pretty much take out anyone in one shot. 8. Need to take out armor first, so might end up having him primarily as destroying armor. Possibly the same with Valgard here. Stonewall 1 blocks 3 damage per hit. I'm not even sure how useful that'll be. Rally 1 gives 2 willpower to an ally at any range. He's got 7 out of 5, 5 out of 3, 8 out of 6, and 7 out of 5. Okay. He doesn't have a special attack, but he has Return the Favor. Getting hit triggers a counterattack for 1 armor damage. Let's see. There's a 6/6 here and a 6/6 there. Those are the guys, 6/6 everywhere. I think we might want to move our guys into a little bit more... maybe a bit together. Trying to think what might be best. We'll try that. I like these guys just sitting around like this guy. He's just legs up, smoking a pipe. Yeah, just having fun. Good times. All right, let's go ahead and try this out. All right, so he could definitely move into range. Actually, I probably should move my battle line over since it's heavier over there. Let's just go ahead and rest. Doesn't look like he actually regained any, I'm just gonna let them come to me. So they'll move up farther, and I could actually, let's see, now there's 7 out of 8. Oh, they must be guarding or something. That's disappointing. What, Bloody Flail 1. 4 attacks at 1 strength or arm each. Last hit adds +1 for each adjacent ally. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, that's going to be bad. Hmm. Adds 1 armor to allies and himself when adjacent to the ally. I didn't notice those abilities. Run through. Run through 2 spaces, 2 break to each unit in the way, plus normal strength damage to target. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move up there. Let's see, so if I target that one, it would be... Let's see. There we go. Took them both out. Okay, so they're going to start taking out his... oh, no, they didn't take out his armor. Okay. Alright, so I don't have enough. Do 5 damage, but that's not going to kill him. So let's break his armor a bit. Do 1 armor damage. Ugh, that's not very good there, Eric. I suppose I could use some... just do 3. There we go. And let's see. Let's try to keep him from getting close. I guess we'll go with 2 armor damage there. Unfortunately, they now have some protection. But let's go over there and Tempest again. Oh! I did damage to my own guy. Alright, well, clearly I don't quite understand that ability. That hurt. Alright, let's see. Well, that guy's almost dead, so let's go ahead and kill him. Just take him out pretty quickly. I need to get rid of a lot of these guys. I can definitely take care of this guy, though, so that is good. Killed him. Yeah, they're... Oh, deflect. Nice. Let's see. I might want to move him. Because I only have 5 strength. I am not able to do much to them, so let's go there. Do 2 armor to that guy. That'll take out his armor. If I can get Eric in there, then... Oh. Yeah. I figured that might be coming. Alright, you... Unfortunately, I cannot now use that special ability, but that's okay, I guess. Let's see, 13, who can I... No, just these guys, okay. Just kill this guy. There you go. Have a sword to the face. Yeah, I figured... Oh, deflect, nice. Let's see, 9 strength. I can't get there, so I guess we'll just go there. And... do some armor damage, I guess. Really not sure how the armor damage... Oh, oh, nice. Deflect. I am glad that is working out in my favor. 8. Not enough to kill either of these guys. So let's go ahead and do a point of armor damage, I guess. After that. I am really pleased that my shield banger here is not dying to any of them. So just do 2 armor damage to that guy. There we go. Wow. I am... You do not have a passive ability there, so I don't know why you're not dying, why you keep deflecting it. But I'm not complaining! Here, have some death. Right there! Pillage mode! Up. Nine damage to that guy, that will kill him, and we are done. Okay. Promotion, tempered by... okay, that went too fast. +9 renown, though. Oh. Successful victory. There they are. Gods be damned, I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows into the bay. A fleet of longships approaches with sails of bold reds and blues. Excuse me. One banner I know well. Vognir. Next for Varl kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Good luck with that. Can I ask one more favor? I've done enough. What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. So, here we go. Down to the docks. We don't have anywhere else that we can go, so let's do it. I doubt we'll have another battle anyway. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version, tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Godzuben, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is a Vognir, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jornder demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arborang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolfhead emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. A miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was headed there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Uh-oh. Where is Mogr? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm headed up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogr. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks, for all the world, the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Okay. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. So we could go visit Hakon there. I'm guessing that's the prince there. Or we could go to the Great Hall. Let's go introduce ourselves to the prince. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, humor or not. What do you want? Let's see. I have a habit of recording history. Yeah, let's do that. I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. A Varl historian? Haha. Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. Oh, don't make him poke you in the eye with his pen. A formality, mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Aberang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim, to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men in Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damn cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Maybe we should have gone drinking with the other guy. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Oh, hey, we still can! Booze! Booze for everyone! Scrivener! You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yaks fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through the dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back out into the cold air outside. Hey, alright, we can do them all! I love it when they let you do all the options. Nowhere else to visit, so up to the Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. I wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Yeah, because clearly the chieftain couldn't be an honorable man. No, couldn't be. Couldn't possibly be that. I got plus 20 renown. Nice. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mogr steps forward. Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We have no other options, so we're ready. You follow Mogr and the others. Usually, the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think? So we're on day 1. 1 days. We've got 67 supplies, days of supplies. It's down from 100. Great morale. 85 fighters, 366 Varl. 34 renown. Can we do anything with that? Doesn't look like it. Now we're on day 2. We're just traveling. Okay. Ah! Vetterfell. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Moger, cracking open mead casks, from our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Let's toast to Vognir. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Vognir. Let's chat with him.
Thanks for the speech,
slurs Vognir. I guess that's... Oh, no, okay.
Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Moger. I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, it turns out. I've given the job to you too. Cause there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludin? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arborang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredger or something. Starting to sound like Hakon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, Ubin?
You down your mead instead of replying. Vognir slouches and shakes his head.
There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this, pretty sure there's nonsense in some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Vognir.
Vognir stares into the campfire, lost in thought. Yeah, you leave him to it. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Moger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies.
Better wake up, you nudge Vognir. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested.
Vognir releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return.
How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map.
Ooh, do we get to see the map? I like maps. Maps are great. Indeed, we do! World map. Click and drag the map to look around. A portrait icon shows you where the caravan is in the world. You can also click on any location to get some history about it. When you're done with the map, click the X at the bottom of the screen. Sweet! Maps. Maps are great. There's a lot of stuff to look at. So many things to look at. Well, Dunder's Beard. An enormous land of ice separated from the rest of the world by a frozen strait. Dunder's Beard is the sort of place you name after the gods and leave to them as well. The few who have explored the blasted wasteland have either found nothing or never been found again. I'm now torn. I want to read all these things, but you guys might be bored. Well, let's read some of them. Vetter Sea. The winter sea to the north strikes a precarious balance between frozen and traversable, but fast-moving flows usually keep it from icing over completely. This, however, makes little difference when there is nothing across the sea to travel to, and no ports of note along the east coast to travel between. Valka At the Great War's end, it was the Valka, the first Menders, who pushed the dredge so far to the north that they were no longer a threat. Some believe the Valka committed genocide of an unfathomable magnitude. Others believe they were forced to return underground. For not even dredge can survive these bleak, lifeless ice plains. In any case, if the dredge could be said to inhabit any lands, it is those named after their vanquishers. Steps of Silence. Skrymirstead. Oh. Skrymirstead. Skrymirstead, the third Varl king, was known for his obsession with wiping out the dredge. He expanded past Grofheim, founded a city in his name that soon became abandoned when the frozen land that it was built upon began to crack and splinter. It now lies abandoned and in ruin, half sunken into the Silverstone. I guess that's this bay. A long bay, known for good fishing for those daring enough to take advantage of it. For most of the year, a thin layer of ice sits across the top, giving it the appearance of silver in the sunlight. Whether it will hold a man's weight or tear a long ship to shreds is never certain. Grofheim, the last home of the Varl and seat of their power, founded by Arnfenir, the second Varl king. Though the Varl have moved around a lot, most consider Grofheim their capital. The deeds of Varl are honored here, and all warriors of worth are buried at the foot of the two spears, where they are said to become part of the Varl's March itself. Kingsborough, the Varl's March, Skyhorn, Setterlund. They had such high hopes for Setterlund, the new kingdom of man and Varl, they called it, rounding up anyone who yearned for a land of their own. Whole clans and families took the caravans and banners to the untamed frontier. When the Nordfellian lake disappeared, the trees withered beneath Arctic winds and the crops would not grow. Sounds kind of bad. Frostfeller, Skoger, Nasher, Grinder, Biter. So many things to look at. Svartbog. A stinking mire of mud and marsh, and a crushing disappointment to Strom and the other early men hoping to carve out a new land for themselves to the east. Even the horseborn do not linger where the earth pulls the unweary? I think that E should not be there. Into the ground with every seeping step. Delaland. A land of valleys where the horseborn withdrew during the Great Wars and now roam in nomadic packs. The warmer lands to the south are as sprawling and empty as they are unexplored. Long ships that have sailed along its coasts have found little reason to return. So I guess this is where, this is the human kingdom here, huh? Arborang. From humble beginnings to the eventual seat of power for the king, Arborang is the most populated and contested city throughout the human lands. As each new generation of residents builds another ring of walls which sprawl outwards from the cliffs, the city continues to grow larger, more indulgent, and more dangerous. What about Stromlund? Rundwall was once a vast nation. The Civil War divided mankind, and the leader named Strom set out for the east, intent on creating a new kingdom there. The dream died with Strom, and the lands would become unified again, but the name stuck. Okay. Alright, well, I'm not going to read everything as much as I want to. Mainly because there's a lot. Let's go read the things that are around where we are, and then we'll get back to it. Strand. As close as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance, both men and Varl compete to scratch out a living in this, the biggest trade city along the west coast. Many people still believe the god Dengler still watches over it. Still believes, still watches, huh? Granting good fortune. And we're coming up to Vetterfell. Vetterfell, named Bad Weather. The gales that blow in from the bay and around the mountain peaks keep Vetterfell in a generally unpleasant state. What really cemented the name was the kind of person who would live there. Men cast out from Strand for one reason or another with nowhere else to go. Well, let's go ahead and hit the X.
We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin.
Why not take the ships to Skrymirstead? What's the point of marching?
The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships.
Too bad, though. Could have shown you all the wonders of Skrymirstead.
A half-sunken city crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers?
Ludin exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance.
Don't poke the anthill, Vognir. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall clip to hop off of, too.
Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hakon.
Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hakon.
Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vetterfell if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by clicking the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Click Leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back on the road. Alright, so we can click the hero's tent, but we'll do that in the next episode. See you then!